Hello everyone. I just want to share with you briefly some details about our opening next week for the church and for private prayer. First of all, the church will open at 12 noon next Monday for private prayer, but not next week for daily mass. The bishop has asked us to open the churches for a week for private prayer first and then to resume daily mass the week after. So next week there will be no publicly said masses. They will continue to be live streamed. And then in addition to that, there will be restricted times when the church will be open so that you can come in and pray. For next week, we also need to ask you to come in by the door next to the St. Joseph statue and to park in the school bus lane. That's because there's a massive concrete pour going on next week right in front of the doors, which have already been put in place, but it means the main entrance is not available just until May 22nd. So please be patient and understanding with that. Then the following week, the day after Memorial Day, Tuesday, May 26th, daily public mass will begin again. Now this event will also be live streamed so that those who are not able to come to mass or are not comfortable about coming to mass yet will be able to continue to watch the live stream that we provide. When daily mass resumes, the restrictions on times will be slightly bigger, but they will still be in place. Again, we have to be careful of the amount of time that we are open and also make sure our custodians have plenty of time to thoroughly clean and to sanitize the pews that have been used. Then on the weekend of May 30th to 31st, we will finally be able to celebrate public mass together again for the great feast of Pentecost. Now things will look a little different. The number of people who can get into church will be much more restricted because we can only use about half of the pews. That's to maintain good social distancing. The liturgy itself will be about 45 to 50 minutes long so that the time between masses can be used effectively to clean and sanitize the church again. The gathering space will not be available for people just to stand in and to celebrate Mass by being out there, although it will be available for parents with little children who may need to take their child out and bring them back in again. And then you will need to have a seat in the church. The cry room is also not available, again because of concerns regarding the virus and an enclosed environment. When we return to Sunday worship, there are a couple of changes that are being made that are really important. The first is that the 10:30 Mass now moves to 10:45 a.m. That's to give us a full hour between the earlier Mass and that Mass to be able to deep clean the church. In addition, the 12:15 Mass is discontinued going forward. I'm sorry to have to announce it in this way and not to be able to consult with you in the way I would have liked to have been able to. But the crisis that we are going through right now has really made something very clear to the bishop and the pastors in our diocese. And that is that we are getting much older. Our average age is now 62. Our retirement age is 70. And we are relying more and more on the retired priest who are in their 70s and 80s to help in multiple parishes on Sundays. With the risk of the pandemic returning, this is not going to be something that we can regularly do anymore. And with our priests aging out more, we also need to have schedules that are more flexible on Sundays so that priests can help each other. If someone is sick or away on vacation, that they can help in the neighbouring parishes in the deanery as well. So Bishop Brennan started a process back in the fall of consultation with us about what we could do about this and asked us to look at our Mass schedules, the number of people attending at that particular Mass on a Sunday, and to consider whether we could reduce the number of Masses and amend the times in our deanery so that we could each help one another. That pandemic has made that exercise, which was ongoing, more of a crucial exercise and a decision that had to be made. And because of this, in our own parish, the 12:15 Mass is now discontinued so that we can reduce the number of Masses here and also space our Masses slightly differently, 8:45, 10:45, so that we can assist other parishes and they can assist us if we need their help. The 7:15 Mass continues, the 5:30 Sunday evening Mass continues, and the Vigil Mass on Saturday also continues unchanged. It's just this one Mass that sadly we have to say farewell to. I want to assure all those of you who have ministered at that Mass that we will be sending out details to you in the very near future, asking you to reschedule and to offer your services at a different Mass on Sundays. We thank you for your understanding and for your patience. And as I said before, I'm sorry that I couldn't do a much deeper consultation with you about this change. But the reality is that even in the Northwest Deanery, which is the one we belong to, significant changes have to be made in most of the parishes. And we are not the only parish going through this exercise. Pastors are announcing their changes in the next week or so. Please be assured that we're doing everything in our power to make it possible for you to come to Mass, for you to come to church to pray privately, and to make decisions, even though they are far-reaching, that are sensible and prudent for us as a community, both now and going forward. In the flock note that attaches to this video, you will find 3 documents. The first is a longer explanation of why the 12:15 Mass is discontinued. The second is one for the first week with details of when the church will be open for private prayer. And then the second one will be details of Sunday Mass arrangements and also weekday Mass arrangements going forward. It will be such a joy to welcome you back. It feels a little bit like welcoming back the Israelites from their Babylonian exile when they returned to Jerusalem. The church is never the same when the people who are the people of God, the church itself, cannot be present. And although we've been united together in prayer, it's been a great loss for all of us here on campus to not have you with us. So be assured of our continued prayers. Be assured that if you are uncomfortable with coming to Mass on Sunday, that it's perfectly okay for you to continue to watch the live stream Mass, because Bishop Brennan continues to dispense that obligation at this time. And please continue to be united with us in prayer as we seek together to build the kingdom of God and to do God's will. For now, God bless and speak with you soon.